What's up, freaking world? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. My name is Justin Copeland. On this channel, Stay Fresh Productions, we do talk about everything fragrance related. If you have an interest in that kind of content, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button, join the Fresh Squad, increase, elevate, improve, evolve, and enhance your freshness. What is that? Your freshness is you bringing your best self into every situation, treating others with respect, understanding, and kindness, and carrying yourself with elegance and class. And we use fragrance as at least a starting place for that. You'll feel it and others will smell it. As you can see, we're doing something a little bit different today. I never really thought I would do this, doing a reaction video on myself, but I just was sitting here for the past hour trying to figure out what I want to film, and no ideas were speaking to me. And I was flipping through my own catalog to see, okay, what have I done before? Maybe I can revisit something. And I came across this video and I said, well, I'm not going to revisit this right now, but I haven't seen it since I put it out. I'm really curious, mainly about these fragrances that I chose and if I still have them. I know I still have maybe at least a couple, but really curious to see. Also, it's a little cringy just to see old me with how I was editing, with, you know, just how I was on camera and all that. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. Anyway, going to take you along for the ride. I would love to know what you think. Feel free to laugh along with me or at me, whatever makes the most sense to you. Without much further ado, let's dive right into this. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. I can't believe I did that. Today I've been tagged by Chris, aka Mr. Siage, to do this video that I believe was started. I have to say, for those of you who were not around during this time, unfortunately, Chris, aka Mr. Siage, I think his name was Chris Giorgio, he passed away very prematurely. Not long after this. I want to say it was the year that this was filmed. So just wanted to give a quick shout. I missed that guy. He was really one of a kind in the community. So I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that. By Timmy from Imagine Scent. So basically what we're talking about today is 10 designer fragrances that I cannot be without, or that I will always have in my collection. So let's jump right into it. Gonna try to keep this quick. At number 10, this is a relatively new fragrance, and that is why it is number 10. I have had it for a couple months. I don't have anything that smells like this. I've never smelled anything that smells like this. This is what I believe to be a masterpiece of a fragrance because of its uniqueness. But not only is it unique, it's also very pleasant. And I think, at least for me personally, it fits my character, I think, pretty well. And this is Narciso Rodriguez for him. This is a thinking about scent. Reviewing this one. Please let me know down in the comments if you would like to see. I did end up reviewing it, as you can see in the card. I did review it, and I know for sure I don't own this fragrance anymore. I didn't get a ton of wear out of it, and there's a time when I sold a bunch of stuff and it went with the lot because I wasn't wearing it. I kind of regret getting rid of it. I'm very curious to get it back, so we'll see about that. But very interesting scent. Again, I did review it, so you can check out that review. A dedicated review on this fragrance. Man, it's kind of green and grassy, but also kind of sweet, kind of aromatic and fresh, but very musky. You have violet leaf, which is a major player. Musk is a major player, and we get a bit of a warm sweetness from the amber in the base. I really love this stuff. It's number 10 again because I haven't had it very long, but I do plan to continue to wear it because it is so just, gosh, I put it on and it really makes me feel a certain way immediately. So that is Narciso Rodriguez for him at number 10. Really needed. At number 9, so bad. This has been around a while. This is not new to anybody, but it does seem to be overlooked at times by its flankers, but we're going with the OG, Dior Homme. I love this stuff. Dior Homme, yes, still have it, still love it. I've worn it at least 20 times since this video, which might not sound like a whole lot, but for having a continually growing collection, that is a lot. And I kid you not, for some reason, the dent in the bottle is not very different from what you see here. And this is 2018. I cannot put a dent in the bottle. I don't get it. It like refills overnight or something. Anyway, still have it. Still love it. I used to hate it, in fact. Now I find it so elegant. Like, just, I can only really pull this off if I'm dressed to impress. And when I am, this stuff works. So elegant, just so, whoa. I can't overspray with this. If I do, that's when it starts to come off a little bit too feminine. That iris starts to scream, but in the right amounts, I go 2 to 3 sprays, good to go. Dior Homme at number 9. Number 8, this fragrance came out a couple years ago. It is a flanker to another popular fragrance, and I'm noticing this, I don't know, this one is I still have that. This one is a legend for me in the designer game. It's not the most groundbreaking like your Narciso Rodriguez for him or anything like that, but I just find it so easy to wear and just so pleasant. People seem to really dig this. This is my little 30 ml bottle of Armani code Profumo. Again, nothing interesting. I still have this fragrance. I would not call it a fragrance I need to have for life at this point. I don't really find it to be special. I think it's very pleasant, but not a lifer. Yeah, things have changed. That's clear. Great scent, but no, if I did this video again, it would not be here. Simple as that. Again, nothing new. I just love it. I love it. You have that Armani code DNA with that tonka bean. It's kind of fresh, but we have quite a bit of leather in this. We have that mandarin orange note, which I think is also part of the signature. It's sweet, it's rich, it's masculine, it's powerful. Great performance. I love it. At number 7, this is one that this has made quite a few cameos on my channel since I've gotten it, and I just love this house in general. If you didn't already know, which you'll know now, which is John Varvatos, and this is Artisan Acqua, a Rodriguez. Okay, I do remember really loving this fragrance, mainly because of how it surprised me. I had a sample of it that I got with, in fact, I got it with John Varvatos Vintage that was gifted to me. And then with that came a sample of this. This was, again, like 2016. I sat on that sample for at least a year or so. Just kind of wrote it off. I figured, this is probably going to be super generic and boring. I finally tried it one day, and I loved it. I was like, oh, man, this is like not your average fresh, kind of aquatic-like scent. I mean, it's almost like a fougere, honestly. But I don't have it anymore. I still do think it's a great scent. I would still recommend it. I don't remember why I got rid of it. Again, maybe it just had to do with not wearing it very much after a while, but still a really nice scent and still a fair bit of uniqueness in terms of the genre. Very easy to wear, but has a little something special to it. Rodrigo Flores Rue Creation. Man, I just love this. It's kind of aquatic, but it is not your typical. You have fur resin in this, which brings this dark, like green, masculine quality to it. It's fresh, it's aquatic. There's kind of a barbershop vibe to it. I love the pomelo grapefruit up top. Just bright, easy to wear in the warm weather. Love this stuff. Well, somebody cut this boy's hair. What in the world? I remember at this time I was doing my doctoral program in music, and I still had a barber that I would see, but he lived in Chicago. I was outside of Chicago. I was about 2.5 hours away from Chicago, so I would still only get my hair cut when I would make it back to Chicago. And at the time, I wasn't going back a whole lot. I was maybe getting back a couple times a month, but even then, I wouldn't have time to get a haircut. I would be going back for a specific purpose, like playing shows. I was going back for music. So I would go so much time without a haircut. And, this only got worse as COVID came around, honestly. This is mild compared to what 2020 Justin looked like. But still not the greatest, but it's okay. I got the whole black look, so black always kind of helps to clean up everything. Anyway, I'm getting too deep into this. Artisan Acqua from John Varvatos. Number 6, yet again, nothing new here, but this is a gentleman's masterpiece in my opinion. I know I will always have this, for sure. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. For sure, huh? No, I don't have this anymore. The Bleu de Chanel DNA, yes, it is good. It has a bit of an iconic nature to it for sure, but it's not special to me. I got bored with it. That's all I can say. I'm not going to say it's bad. I just got bored. That's it. Good scent, but I don't think I'll be getting it again. Unless it's a gift, then sure, I'll take it. This recently made my number 1 spot for my top 10 designer list, which you might find interesting that it's so low on this list. The reason is because it's not my favorite scent ever, but if you didn't see that list, I will link it up top. And how I structured it is based on fragrances that I wear the most. This one is so easy to wear, one of the easiest to wear in my collection. So I wear it a lot. And that's why I topped that list. But this one, I like it. I really like the smell, easy to wear. Don't need to talk about it too much. If you haven't smelled it, please do. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. I know some of you guys are like, what do you mean you wore it a lot? Look at the bottle. There's like no dent in there. At this period of time, I was definitely wearing less sprays of just about all my fragrances. I was spraying probably no more than 3 times every time I would wear something, which I don't do that anymore. I spray a little bit more liberally. So for all of you haters out there who always get on me about my dents in my bottles or lack thereof, there's your answer. All right, into our top 5. I have this one on my hand right now. I decided to spray it to remind myself of this scent. Oh man. Night Out in a Suit. Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Man, this, I don't have this anymore. And this was a result of peer pressure. Unfortunately, I was told by a couple of people during this time when they smelled it on me that it smelled like an old casino, like it smelled like a cheap gambler, like there's a smokiness to it that they didn't like, and they kind of convinced me that it didn't smell good on me, so I got rid of it. I do like the smell. I kind of regret getting rid of it, but I haven't tried to get it back since. I don't think I will. Great scent, but I think I've let it go. Yeah. This stuff is so, oh man. I would throw this on if I'm dressed in like all black, just ready to just looking clean. That's when I'm throwing this on. Man, this stuff is sweet. It's kind of rich. It's kind of gourmandish. You have this vanilla vibe. You have that kulfi, which is that like Indian, almost ice cream dessert. It has a smoky quality to it. It's very slight, but I love it. Performance is good on my skin. I really dig this stuff. That's Noir Extreme from Tom Ford. I believe I will always have this in my collection. Coming in at number 4, Gentleman's Clean, Soapy, easy to wear for the daytime, very classy and elegant fragrance. Prada L'Homme, released from 2016, has quite a few flankers, which I haven't really smelled. I have smelled the Intense. So Prada L'Homme, I ended up getting rid of it, but then I got it back. So I do currently have it. Unfortunately, it is not Grace's favorite fragrance, at least from what she smelled on paper several times. I have not had her smell it on my skin. I really do enjoy the scent. I just have to find the right day to wear it when, hopefully it's not too hot and she's, not going to be too close to me to where if she doesn't like it, it will bother her. So still trying to plot when I will ease that into the rotation, but it's a great scent. I could still easily recommend it. It's good. I like it, but I prefer this one for sure. Soapy, sweet, fresh iris. A little bit powdery. I don't wear it when it's too hot because it does get even more powdery when it's too warm on my skin, but love this stuff. I've always loved it. You can see the dent I put in this bottle. I wore it a lot. It will continue. Moving on. At number 3, it didn't because I sold it. I can simply call this one my first fragrance love. If you've been watching my channel, then that would give it away. The first time I smelled it, I thought it was so elegant. I just knew I wanted to smell like this. It has this beautiful subtlety to it which I think many people seem to criticize because I guess some guys just want all of their fragrances to just project and scream off their skin. But I still think that's ridiculous. I'm glad I felt this way before. Not every fragrance has to be beast mode. For this scent character, it is perfect the way it is with its subtlety. We're talking about L'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent. I love this stuff, man. Still own it. Kind of this apple. Still love it. Don't wear it quite as much these days, but still a great scent. Ginger, vetiver, it's a little bit sweet. Kind of creamy almost. Fresh, light. I get decent performance. I get maybe 5 to 6 hours out of it. I can't complain with that. Easy to throw in the daytime. Love it. Will always have it. L'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent. At number 2, if I wear L'Homme in the day and I want to throw something else on at night, without even thinking about it, this is what I put on. La Nuit de L'Homme. I still love this stuff. This would still probably make my top 10 for life. I still really, really enjoy it. And I think I even have a little bit more of a dent now than I had here. I just love this stuff, man. It just makes me feel so good when I smell it. It makes me smile. That's how I know that I will always have it. I don't really need to say much, I'm sure. I kind of reviewed it in a way. I reviewed one of its other flankers, Frozen Cologne, which is not on this list.
I don't have that anymore.
And in that video, which I'll link up here,
I regret selling that
to this one. So I did talk about this one quite a bit in depth. But I love this. It smells so good. It just, the spicy nature it brings, it's fresh and aromatic. It's sweet. This is a masterpiece. I know it's been talked to death, it's been hyped to death, but I just love it. La Nuit de L'Homme. And my number 1. Now, if you guys have been following along, you know what this is. I've been talking about it for a hot minute by this point. And this, in my opinion, is the best gentleman's fragrance, at least for the cooler weather. When we're talking about fall and maybe even winter, but fall and spring, this is the one that I reach for at night, usually when I'm just really want to feel collected and calm and just gentlemanly and just like myself. Honestly, this makes me feel like myself. And we're talking about John Varvatos vintage. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. I mean, I knew what it was immediately as soon as I started talking about it. Yeah, still have it. Still love it. I've worn it a handful of times since then. I don't wear it very much now. I will always have this fragrance, but I don't think it would make my number 1 spot if I were to redo this list. It's great. It's legendary, but it wouldn't be at number 1. Recently review it. I will link it up here. So I'm not really going to talk about it all that much. I recommend you check out that review. Gosh, this stuff. Okay, we'll pause it here. So yeah, that's the list. That's what it was looking like. That's what I was looking like 2018. I looked like a freaking child, especially with this hair. But you know, I was doing my very best. Doing my best with what I had. Broke. Doing my degree and all that good stuff. So a lot of fun in that little studio apartment. Lots of good memories. That's where I got my start. That's where we started Stay Fresh Productions. So no shame there. Anyway, just wanted to have a little bit of fun with you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Were you cringing as much as I was at certain times? How do you feel about these fragrances that we were talking about? It seems like I did okay. I didn't really keep track. I know there's L'Homme, La Nuit de L'Homme, John Varvatos Vintage, Prada L'Homme, Dior Homme. I think that's it. No, Armani Code, Profumo. So that's pretty decent. 6 out of 10. Maybe we'll do this again. Depends on what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. Please subscribe. Like the video if you like the video. Join the Fresh Squad. All the stuff we say, please do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.